Okay. So first, we've got a lot of announcements because there's a lot of things happening. It's the end of the year. Exciting things are coming, and I'm here to tell you about them. So, okay, first things first is we have a live events 4 times a year that are local to you guys, and they're called Super Weekends. And they are like an afternoon event, kind of depends on where you're at. But there's always a location near you, probably within 3 hours of you, where local coaches come together and have a mini conference that usually a top coach will come and speak. You'll hear like an inspiring story, some transformation stories. Sometimes a super trainer will come and do a live workout. And then there's always a video that corporate puts out that talks about the upcoming program launches and details on all that jazz. So the next one is the weekend of November 1st through 3rd. So it's depending on your location, it's either going to be on the 1st, the 2nd, or the 3rd. So I have this link. I don't know if it didn't work for me, but I'm just going to put it in the chat box. This is a link that you can find a location near you. So everyone needs to do that because these events are super important to feel the energy, get hyped up. It's kind of like a relaunch of like your business and getting all excited about coming alongside other people and just relaunching all the excitement of your business. And this is not posting to the chat, and I don't know why, so I'll maybe post it to our team page later. That's not working. Okay, so get that on your calendar, November 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Go to an event, make it happen. And then other thing is Beachbody just launched new. Can you guys still hear me? My internet's freaking out. Okay. Beachbody just launched their winter fall collection for clothing. So if you have a spouse account or you have coaches in your downline who aren't necessarily active coaches, but they're discount coaches and they're helping you hold your rank, go check out that clothing line and see if, if you're trying to keep your spouse account active, you can go buy yourself a cute pair of leggings. There's a super cute puffer vest. So go check out that. So remember that you need 50 PV to keep an account active. 50 PV every 5 weeks. Okay. I think we all know this by now, but 6 weeks of the work is our newest program. It's launched. It's active for early VIP access, and every single coach should have received an exclusive promo code for $20 off a challenge pack or $10 off a completion pack. I did not see this in my emails, so I actually got online and I chatted with an agent, and they sent me my code that I could use, and I just saved it to my notes. So for sure, the month of October, you have a code that you can share with any new customer for $20 off a challenge pack that has to be a 6 weeks of the work challenge pack. So when you are marketing and sharing to your Instagram stories and inviting, be using that as, a plus, a bonus of, hey, anyone who decides to sign up with me this month gets $20 off their challenge pack. So be sure to be utilizing that. Okay, this is brand new news that was announced at Leadership, was 4 weeks of the prep. So it's like a mini program that Beachbody is going to launch right before, or is going to launch January 3rd. So January 3rd, it's a mini program called 4 weeks of the prep. It's an intermediate training program, same trainer, and it's designed to be like pre-program that you'll be able to do before you do the 6 weeks, because the 6 weeks is supposed to be super advanced and the prep is supposed to be a little bit more intermediate and does have an actual modifier. So it's going to be 11 unique workouts that are repeated for 4 weeks. Okay, so that's exciting, and that will be automatically included in the challenge in all the 6 weeks of the work challenge packs. If you have already purchased VIP access, you will automatically get access to the 4 weeks pre-program. Okay. Next program coming out is Bar Blend. It's going to be a 60-day program. That is window opens December 3rd, and for customers to purchase, or for coaches to purchase. And VIP early access kicks off January 13th for that. So customers can purchase January 13th for the Bar Blend. I don't know a whole bunch about it, but I do know that everyone who did her workout at Leadership said it was really hard and they were surprised and they actually liked it. So there's that. So lots of stuff coming in the pipeline. And so tonight's call is just basically about, there are like less than 2.5 months left in the year. And so a lot of coaches might look at this and say, oh, the holidays are coming. Like, this is kind of just a time for me to coast. I'm going to binge on all the holiday food and, you know, just kind of like get through it and restart my health journey on January 1st. This is not a time to coast. This is a time to have a plan of attack, especially with all these programs lined up specifically to help us have an exciting start to the new year. So there's a lot of different ways people are attacking the end of the year because we have the work available to us now. Some people are planning on starting that as soon as they can, as soon as they finish MM100. I know a lot of us are doing Morning Meltdown 100, and most of us are on day like 87 of 100. And so we won't technically be finishing till November 6th. So I encourage you to pull out your planner and plan ahead. What do you want your year to look like? What do you want November and December to look like? And what do you want to do in January? Do you want to focus on the work program? Do you want to focus on the bar program? If you're somebody who likes bar, if you have a lot of friends who like bar, then do that and start focusing that and promoting that and breadcrumbing it in your stories. So my personal plan of attack is, I actually made a graphic and I shared this in my, well, I was gonna share my screen with you. Okay. This is not going well. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so I kind of just made this little graphic and I posted it in my challenge group. And basically it says November 11th through December 1st, I plan to do 21 Day Fix Extreme with them. And then I want to go on and I want to do the real-time versions because I haven't done those yet. So this is my plan of attack. I put it in my group. My challengers know what to expect. 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, and then in December, which basically is awesome timing, I usually like to do a hybrid calendar that's a little bit more casual. It's usually just like a couple random workouts from some of my favorite programs, and I create the calendar myself, and I share that with my challengers to do however they want through that Christmas period there. So December 23rd through the January 5th. And then January 6th is a Monday, and that's when I plan to do the work for the first time. Or at least this was my plan until I heard about the 4-week prep. Now that the 4-week prep is out, I might think about doing that right here instead. So yeah, this is like brand new news to me, so I might have to rethink my plan of attack a little bit. But anyway, this is what I want you guys to do as far as sit down, pull out a calendar, what's your end of the year look like, and like get it out, write it down, and share that with your challengers so that they know what to expect, and also so that you know how to start sharing in your Instagram stories as far as, oh, I've got this new program starting, blah, 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 and you have something to market to and something to invite to. Okay. Lastly, I want to kind of go back a couple months ago. I did a call about kind of creating a vision and figuring out what is my vision and what is my why and what is the difference between my vision and my goals. And so coming to the end of the year is kind of a time to reflect on what were my 2019 goals, and did I like totally give up on them? Am I really close to achieving them? Am I proud of how far I've come? Am I still pushing for those goals? Like, what were they? Like, go back, and if you wrote them down, like pull them up, remind yourself of what they are, and start thinking about it. And if you didn't have any, I want you to start thinking about it now. So it's October 23rd. We've got 2 full months and a week left in the year. What do you want to accomplish with 2019? The decade is almost over. We're about to start a whole new decade. Go out with a bang. So I want you guys to just start thinking now, what do you want to accomplish in the next 2.5 months? It might be Success Club goals. It might be pushing for rank. Maybe I know that there's a lot of you pushing for diamond and 1-star diamond and 2-star diamond. And I'm pushing for elite, which means I'm trying to help a lot of you guys go diamond. And so I have had that goal at the forefront of my mind for a couple of weeks now. And like, yeah, there's days where I feel like, I don't know if it's going to happen, but there's always still hope, and there's always still something I can do about it. Like, we can make these goals and we can put them on a piece of paper and they can just sit on our computer for who knows how many months, or we can continually put in the effort until that deadline comes up and know that I put in my very best effort and I can sleep with that at night. But if my 2020 comes around and I didn't hit my goal and I know I didn't give it my all, like, that's gonna suck. So even if you don't hit your goal, but you gave it your best shot, there's a good chance that you're gonna get really close to whatever that goal was, and that's something to be proud of. So what's your 2019 goal? What's your year-end goal? I am still really encouraging all of us to be pushing for an elite team this year. So whether that means you specifically are pushing for diamond, or you're pushing for emerald, or whatever, keep putting in the daily activities to make that happen. So as far as like making goals, like, goals are fun, they're encouraging, they're motivating, they're a challenge, and they're something that helps us like grow as a person. But like, they're not always going to be motivating without having a vision and without having our why, that thing that makes us show up every single day. So I know a lot of us have this Rise Up Planner by Moira Kusaba, and today I was in a training call in the Central Region page. I think it's for like diamonds or diamonds and above or something. And Moira was a guest speaker, and she was talking again about this whole idea of having a vision. And she was sharing this morning about how she woke up this morning, she was like really exhausted. She's like, man, like, the last thing I want to do right now is get on my Instagram stories. Like, that's kind of tiring. And then she was like, what? I need to change my mindset, because if my job is to simply share some things on Instagram stories and on my social media, I could be scrubbing toilets right now. I could be answering to a crappy boss right now. Like, my job situation could be way worse than showing up on social media every day. So we need to adjust our mindset on those days where we feel like, this is kind of tedious. It is tedious. It's consistent, solid, every single day work that we have to show up and do to build that rapport and build that respect and build that trust with our followers. And yeah, it can get tedious every day, but I would much rather be doing this than wearing dress pants in a cubicle every day, because that's what I used to do. I did that for 3 years and I really did not like it. And so and I know most of us honestly are still there. We're still like working the 2 jobs, and maybe you love your job and maybe your ultimate goal is not to go full time, and that's awesome. But if it is, remember and like visualize what your life is going to be like once you achieve being able to leave your current job. What's that going to look like? What's that freedom going to look like? Are you going to be able to, take a 2-week Christmas break with your family and go from family to family if you want to? Or do you have like 3 days over Christmas to take vacation? Because that's what it used to be like for me. I used to like have to look at my work schedule, and I always was somebody who tried to save my vacation days for the summer, and I'd maybe take 1 or 2 around Christmas. Now I get to take as many travel vacation days around Christmas that I want to, because I showed up and I put in the work on the days I didn't want to, and on the days when I was freaking tired. And it will get you to where you want to go as long as you stay consistent. So what is that vision for you? My vision, I wasn't even pregnant yet. I just knew that I wanted to stay home with my future baby someday. And today I was listening to this training by Moira, and I almost started crying because I was holding Navy. Navy's my baby girl, and she has her first cold. And so like, that's really sad, but I'm so thankful that I can, 1, be home with her, and 2, like not have to go drop her off at a daycare and worry about her having this cold. And last night she rolled over for the first time. So like, that was a milestone that I could be here for. And I was just like holding her, and I'm just like, I'm so happy right now that I can just like put in maybe 3 or 4, like maybe 3 hours of work a day, but like have my priority be my baby girl and have the financial stability to be here for her. And now that vision is a tangible experience, like I'm tearing up just thinking about it right now because I'm just so thankful. And so I want all of you to have this vision that makes you so passionate, that makes you want to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning to do your vital behaviors. I want you to have a vision that makes you so passionate to, help the girls around you fulfill those health and fitness goals, get over binge eating, get over sugar addiction, like whatever their struggles are. I want you to be passionate about helping those people, because there are so many insane benefits, yes, personally, but also relationally, financially, of like making this a reality. So what is your vision? Your vision has to be solid, because without your vision, goals are just like, oh, cool, like I'm going to throw it out there and hopefully it sticks and hopefully I make it. But vision is so freaking important. So what's your vision? Write it out. Okay, so once you have that vision in mind, and it might change from month to month or year to year, I want you to now write out the goals that are going to get you to that vision. And I should just repost the training that I did on this, because I kind of helped you like do it over a year span and then chop it in half so that it was tangible into like a weekly, monthly thing to achieve that goal. That was like one of the trainings I was actually really proud of doing. It went really well. But yes, so what's your vision for the end of 2019? What are the goals to get you there? weekly, monthly, daily? And are you going to schedule out the time in order to get that done? And is it important enough to you? So another big part of what Moira talks about and what this book has you do is she has you write out your vision 4 times a year, because it kind of like changes as you go throughout the year. And then she also has you write out your weekly goals every single week. And every single day when you wake up, you're supposed to read those goals. What is my goal for this week? And if my goal is to hit Success Club 20 every single month, then every single Monday, I'm telling myself, okay, it's Monday. By Friday, I need to be at Success Club 5 or 6. And so it helps you like chop up these big goals into more tangible tasks. So every single week, you should be hitting 5 to 6 SC, so that by the end of the month, you've hit your SC 20. And so if I'm attacking every week with smaller goals, that big goal of SC 20 doesn't seem so scary anymore. So my coach ran a team call on Monday, and she was having all of us think of what is our goal for the end of October. We have like 8 days left in the month. What was your goal for the month? Right now, I'm sitting at SC 8, and usually my goal is 20, and I can typically get there fairly easy. And so that was kind of my random goal for the month as well. And she said, okay, once you have your goal in mind, now I want you to double it. Double it. I'm like, okay, that means I'm going for 40. And my biggest goal I've ever hit was, I think was like 42, 43. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. I know I have like a bajillion people I know I need to follow up with, and I'm getting new followers every day. So those are people I can invite. And so I told my husband, oh, I'm shooting for SC40 this month. And he laughed. And I'm like, oh, now it's really happening, because you just laughed at, I honestly like wasn't that serious about it. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm shooting for SC40. And once he laughed, I'm like, okay, now it's happening. And so that's my challenge to you. What's your goal? Double it. And even if you don't hit that doubled, you're probably going to fall somewhere in between your original goal and that doubled goal, and that's awesome. So always shoot for the moon, and you'll land among the stars, whatever that quirky quote is. So takeaways are: write out your vision. What's your goal for the end of 2019? And then what are you going to do every single month to get yourself there? And what are you going to do every week to get yourself there? Also, I want you to write out what was your goal doubled for the end of October. We have plenty of time, you guys. And October is an awesome time for 2 things. Awesome time for customers to sign up, because 1, they get that $20 off their challenge pack, and 2, they get access to our brand new program. They get VIP early access. So those are 2 awesome incentives to get customers on board now. So that's for customers. I also have, as far as coaches and onboarding new coaches, I'm telling all my potential coaches who I've been talking to for the past year that now is the best time of the year to sign up to be a coach. Why? Because 1, Beachbody is launching so many new programs, and you can catch so much momentum with all these new programs lined up, but mainly because the New Year's resolutions are right around the corner. And so many I think like the average American puts on like 8 pounds over the holidays. I think that's what I heard last year. The average American puts on 8 pounds over the holidays. And then what happens on January 1st? Everyone makes their New Year's resolutions, but they don't know where to start. They might buy a gym membership. They might go Monday, Tuesday, and then stop going. So I'm telling all my potential coaches, now is the best time of the year to start coaching, because it gives you time to learn the ropes as a coach, get through some trainings, and be ready to rock by January 1st to help your friends and family get started with a challenge group, new program by January 1st or 6th or whatever. So prime time. And yes, seeing more family over the holidays to invite in person. 100%. I need to get better at this. Okay, last challenge was also from my upline coach. She said, especially to us coaches who have like been around for a while, we are scared of inviting our warm market. Mandy is a freaking pro at this. So if you haven't heard Mandy's training call, you need to. She like gave it when she was a coach for like 3 weeks. And she was amazing. She was basically talking like she was not a new coach. It was awesome. And anyway, the goal and the challenge is to circle back around to your warm market. So your friends, your family, your coworkers, the people you went to college with, the people you grew up childhood with. So I have a couple of people in mind that I know are watching me and I know are following me, and I don't think I've ever invited them, or if I did, it was like 2 years ago. I've been coaching for 2.5 years. And there's some people I know I have not invited in the last 2 years. So who are those people? Circle back around to your warm market, because you never know that they might be ready to say yes. So that's my challenge to you. Double your goal for the month, circle back around to your warm market, and go back to your potentials, coach potentials, and remind them, hey, best time of the year to start up as a coach. It gives you time to learn the ropes. It gives you time for you and me to have a one-on-one call, and you'll be ready to rock by January 1st. Okay? That's about all that I have for the call. I don't know if there's any questions. I'm looking in the chat box.
I found the video from the reverse engineering your goals, and I'll post it in Thread.
Okay, cool. Was it my video?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. I didn't recognize.
That's one.
Is that the one you put in the chat box?
No, that was the finding a live Super Saturday.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Yay. Mandy, do you need me to, I don't get your question from earlier.
No, that's okay. I was just asking for like new coaches. But if my coaches are wondering, I can fill them in. But I was going to ask you, like, what are certain things that you do to like get you to do your power hour on days where you don't want to? Like, besides just sitting down and doing it, like what helps you to do that?
Well, when I don't, the next day I double my tasks. But honestly, I'm not like 100% amazing at this, because because there's a lot of different ways to attack your tasks as a coach. And this is something I kind of picked up on when I was working 2 jobs, was there was definitely days where I didn't necessarily make the time to have my mini power hour. And so I would bulk invite on certain days rather than mini invites every day. So even though I might say show up consistently every freaking day, I do that on my stories, and I do that mainly on my stories. But when it comes to inviting, I just make sure that by the time I get to Friday or Saturday night, I've sent out the amount of invites that I wanted to, because there are days where you're just exhausted and you might not want to send out your invites. So this is probably not the answer you want to hear, but this is like, I'm just being truthful.
Yeah. I feel like for me, it's like, caffeine.
Yeah.
Just like take a shot of Energizer, drink a coffee or something, or just like leaving my house, going to a coffee shop, like doing other things than just sitting at home helps.
Yeah.
But
I think changing up your atmosphere is a great one.
yeah.
I used to go to coffee
Like,
shops a lot.
yeah. Reaching out to your upline or like someone in coaching that you have a relationship with too, like, or anyone in your life that's important to you. Like, I'll look at Cole and be like, I am so tired. I don't want to do this today. Tell me something that's going to get me to do it. And he'll remind me of like why I want to do this and why long-term I need to do this.
Yeah. It's that vision.
Yeah. And you can always text me, any of you guys. I'll give you a little pep talk.
I'm glad that you posted the video of the goals, because when I bought this planner, I went to Smoky Row in Des Moines and I was like, I'm going to like fill this whole thing out. And then I got to my goals and I'm like, I don't know how to dream a year in advance. And I don't even know what that's going to look like tomorrow. So like, I'm glad that you're posting that video.
Yeah. Good. Alyssa, how often are Super Saturdays? 4 times a year. Every quarter. Okay. Any other questions or anything? Love that, Kaylee. That's awesome. Support system. Okay, that's all I have. Hopefully that was a good little pump up and lets you know like what's coming down the pipeline to create your own pipeline. And that's it. All right. I'm going to go send some invites. Oh, Boomerang. All right.
Emily, show your face for this part so that I can tag you.
I will wait if she's around.
I don't know if she's going to or not. She might be with baby.
Okay. Can you hear mine crying in the background? Oh, sad. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. Thanks for being on, guys. We'll see you next week.